Hey losers, I'm Herbert West. Welcome to my channel. I usually read things that are dark and spooky, so if you're into that, welcome to the party. I'm here today with the books that I've picked up, acquired, but not read throughout the month. So this is my October book haul is what I'm trying to say. Are you excited? I am. Look at my fingers, they're very excited to tell you about what I've got today. First, this was not one I'm keeping. This is one I've borrowed. My friend loaned this to me. This is Nightshade by Carrie Lake. She was like, I read this book, I think you'd like it. It's a gothic romance novel. It's quite big. She was like, if you like it, I've got the other one. I don't know, 1, 2, I don't know, something like that. The back does not give you really, it's like one of those ones where it's like, I met him, blah, 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 he's blah, 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 and it's like, okay, well that doesn't really tell me what the novel's about. So I don't know. Something that leads me to believe that there might be some sort of religious themes to this, but not in a, not like the one that I read, Priest, not like that, but maybe in a different sort of sense. I don't know. Then I picked up this new release. This is one of my most anticipated books of this year. I Believe in Mr. Bones by Max Booth III. Okay, I'm not gonna say that Max Booth like based this on real events, but this is about an indie horror author slash publisher from a press called Fiendish Books, who was taking, well, closed for submissions, but he gets a email for a submission and he decides to read it, and he reads it. The title of the email is, Do You Believe in Mr. Bones? The email is the story about this man called Mr. Bones who slowly replaces your bones one by one with an unknown substance until you're not human anymore. Well, you're not made of human bones anymore. You're made of an unknown substance. And listen, Max Booth has claimed that he has human bones. There's no proof. We don't have proof of that. He's not shown us any x-rays. So all I'm saying is, where are the x-rays, Booth? So, look, it says, a harrowing exploration of indie horror publishing, internet curses, and the universal terror of the human skeleton. It seems like this character in this starts to get obsessed with the story, maybe thinks this creature into existence. It reminds me of a tulpa, you know, kind of a thought experiment of, if you believe in something hard enough, does it become true? Kind of a thing, possibly. I don't know, because I haven't read it yet, but this is quite a bit thicker than I imagined. I'm very excited. I do love Max Booth's writing. He has quite a sense of humor that I enjoy, so very excited about this. And like, the story itself just sounds fucking weird. He has very unique ideas for stories, and I really like his writing, so I'm very excited about this. Then, while I was buying a book from this press, Apocalypse Party Press, I also picked up a copy of Poking Holes by Juan Valencia. You might know him as Plagued by Visions. He's also here on YouTube. I've always loved listening to Juan review things, and so I thought I would also love to read Juan write stories. This is a short story collection, and I'm very excited to read this. Then another new release I've been very eager to try. This is The Black Hunger by Nicholas Pullen. I found a UK edition from Blackwell's. Now that book depository no longer exists, I was very concerned about like where I would be able to buy UK editions of books, which I don't do like a ton, but like sometimes I really love the UK editions, right? So I've found that they ship to the US, and here we go, here it is. It's another one that I don't know if it's the title or if it's something I read like months ago, but I feel like it might have something to do with the Black Plague, and now I'm wondering if I'm totally wrong. But also it gives me vibes of The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, which is a book that I really, really love. Also, my friend Alicia said that she started it and it was giving her like academia vibes, which sounds interesting. So I don't know, something about a man who's dying. He's writing his last testament. It says the story he tells will take us to the darkest part of the human soul. His mink stole. You know, it also has a map. Can't go wrong with a map. So it seems like, you know, maybe some horror, historical horror with maybe some dark fantasy elements. I don't know. I'm getting maybe vibes like Between Two Fires. I really don't know, but I'm really interested in it. I really do want to find out what this fucking book is about. This mysterious, mysterious book. Mysterious. What could be in this book? We'll never find out, will we? We'll wait 5 years before reading it, won't we? Won't we? Isn't that just like what I do? Okay, what's next? So I canceled my Book of the Month subscription just because I was going like months and months and months and months, and like it's like the picks here are terrible for me personally, for my reading taste. October had a good one. I really did want to read Dearest by Jackie Walters. This is a new horror book. Mommy horror, which I love. This is about a new mother. Her husband is, it seems like he must be in the military. It says he's deployed. So she is going through the newborn stage by herself, which is very hard. It says she's sleep deprived, which is like, oh my God. Talk about like, why did they make newborns like this? It's like, it's just hard anyway, and your hormones are very weird, so you're feeling very emotional, and also it's like, do you want to suffer psychosis from sleep deprivation? Here you go, on top of everything. So she's trying to do this by herself. It seems like she's suffering like serious sleep deprivation. The synopsis says she's like maybe seeing things that aren't there, and then her estranged mother shows up, and it's like maybe it's making things better, but also possibly it's not, and I would just like to find out more about this. So I had that, and then I also had, well, actually really in reality I had 3 credits somehow, and I don't know how. I don't know if it's just because like I wasn't, sometimes I would not choose books right away because it was like, well, sometimes I don't know what these books are right away, and you know, they give you the picks. They're like, choose from these 5 books, and I'm like, well, I don't really know anything about these 5 books, and maybe I will know in a couple weeks once people start reading these books, and then I'll choose one. So what I'm guessing is I would get charged for that month, even though I would have credits, which is annoying. Like, why would you charge me if I have a credit on my account? But whatever. So I had 3 credits. So I had to cash out my 3 credits. The horror section, not good. Even the thrillers, not really to my taste. But I did find 2 other weird books that I want to read. This one is called The Other Valley by Scott Alexander Howard. I almost picked up a copy of this at Barnes & Noble the last time I went, and now I'm very glad that I didn't, because I got this not really for free, but for much cheaper, I guess, because it was the cost of a Book of the Month credit. And this sounds so strange. So there are these 3 valleys, these 3 villages, and there's one in the center that is, well, I guess present to the people who live there, and then like that's where the story is taking place. And then there's one to the east that's 20 years in the future, and one to the west that's 20 years in the past. And there's this young woman who sits on the council for that valley, and her friends, she knows that her friends' parents have come. They're in the future, and they've come to what is 20 years in the past for them to come to their son's funeral, but he's not dead yet because he hasn't died yet in this present. And so it's like, what does she do with this knowledge? Because she has a privileged place, and I'm guessing her friend doesn't know this yet. So I don't know. It seems like it's just such a strange setup. I'm really curious about that. And then this one, Hum by Helen Phillips. I have heard about this one. I do have one of her other books that I've been meaning to read called The Need, I believe. I hear that one's very strange too. Also, I just really love this green color. But this is about, it seems like it's got that, is this utopia really a dystopia thing, which I like, and I would love to read more books like that. It's a trope that I like, and maybe it's just because I don't read like a ton of science fiction, but that's a trope that I feel like I would like to explore more of, but I don't find many books with that in there. But maybe it's just because I get stuck in horror, you know? Anyway, this is about a world where people are relying a lot on artificial intelligence, and in particular these little robots called hums. And the character in this, the main character, has recently gone through this study where she has made herself unrecognizable to artificial intelligence. And with some of this money, she has she's taken her family on this like retreat where there is, I believe, it seems like less artificial intelligence, but now something has happened and they're in danger, and she has to trust one of these AIs, one of these hums, for some reason. And so, interesting premise. How are they gonna know it's her if they can't recognize her? I don't know. Okay, so now on to my Nightworms and the Evernight stuff. I'll warn you before I get to the Evernight in case you are subscribed to that and haven't received your package. But from Nightworms, I did do an unpackaging in my Halloween-a-thon vlog. So this month we got This Cursed House by Del Sandine. Also Coup de Grace by Sophia Adram. This is a book about a woman in Louisiana who gets hired by a family because she has, I believe, the ability to speak to the dead or to see spirits. Yes, that's what it is. So spooky houses, or spooky families. And this one is about a young man who gets stuck in a subway tunnels. And it seems like one of those like liminal space horror that, when I actually think about it, is like really terrifying to think about. It like makes me go a little bit. Very spooky to think about that. Not only is he stuck in there, but he thinks he might not be alone. So scary, scary, scary. And now on to the Illumicrate Evernight for October. So if you have subscribed to this, you haven't gotten your package yet, and you don't want to be spoiled for what the book is or what it looks like, this is the end for you. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to see what it is, okay, I'll show you. Here it is. We've got An Academy for Liars by Alexis Henderson. I know some people were a little upset that that this is like a horror box, and like this book is kind of more maybe dark fantasy, maybe not even dark fantasy, maybe more fantasy. But this is a book that I was really excited about coming out anyway, and so I was still excited about it. Let me read to you the synopsis, and then I'll I'll make it naked and show you its insides. It says, Lennon Carter's life is falling apart. until she gets a mysterious phone call inviting her to sit the entrance exam for somewhere very few people have heard of. Hidden in a secret pocket of Savannah, it's a place called Drayton College, and it's a school of magic. Lennon has been chosen because, like everyone else at the school, she is special. She possesses the innate gift of persuasion, the ability to wield her will like a weapon and to use it to control others and, in rare cases, matter itself. After passing the grueling exam, Lennon now needs to learn how to master this devastating power. While persuasion takes a heavy toll on her body and her mind, she is captivated by all that surrounds her. Her studies, the college's lush, moss-draped campus, her brilliant classmates, but most of all, by Dante, the charismatic advisor who both intimidates and intrigues her. However, as Lennon becomes more adept at using her uncanny abilities, she uncovers more about Drayton and its unsettling history, about Dante and his tragic and violent past. And the more she learns, the more disturbed she becomes by what she finds. For it seems that the ultimate test Lennon will face is to embrace absolute power without succumbing to corruption and darkness. And it's a test she's terrified she's going to fail. So, dark academia. But for adults, not for kids. So this has got the Ouroboros on it, which I love. The back says, it must be a quote from the book, "One of the Lennons in the mirror didn't strike its cheek. It didn't move at all, really, except to smile." It's got this, must be part of the academy. It's like a reflection of it, and in the reflection it's all decrepit. These beautiful doors, or maybe it's a mirror. The back kind of looks like it's a mirror. And then the sprayed edges that look like the cover. And then that must be Lennon. And maybe Lennon and Dante? I guess I'll have to read it and find out. So I have read The Year of the Witching, which I did really like. And then, I don't know, I know that that was supposed to be part of a series, but then she wrote another book and I wasn't sure if that was the second one in this series. So I didn't pick it up, but maybe I should buy a copy of The Year of the Witching and then see if, I think it was called The House of Hunger is the second one. I don't know. But I did like Year of the Witching, so I'm really excited about this. It sounds good. And honestly, the cover for like the not Illumicrate edition of this is very beautiful as well. So these are the books in my October book haul. I'd love to know, have you read any of these? What did you think about them? Did you like them? What did you pick up this month that you're excited about? I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching all of my October videos this month. I know, I don't know, was there a lot of them? I feel like there was a normal amount of them. It's just like a lot of vlogs. Thanks for watching my vlogs if you picked those up. That's all. Thank you so much. I hope you have a really great Halloween. I hope you had a really spooky October. I will talk to you in November. Goodbye.